Hey guys, and welcome to the Expansive Journey. I wanted to make another video about emotions and emotion work as we go through awakening. And some people call this shadow work, shadow integration, and I choose to call it emotion work in this video for most part. And this is something that we will most likely be forced to do when we start to awaken. And it's not really within our control because the emotions, the pain that we have probably been suppressing our whole life is coming to the surface. And this is because the mental, the ways the mind have been suppressing and denying and distracting and using identities to suppress emotions, which I believe identity essentially is a way to protect against pain. And so that's how we that's how we suppress emotions. And as we wake up from identity, we are faced directly with raw, painful emotions. And this is not something that we eventually can control. As I mentioned, it's something that is just, it shows up in our life. Or if we don't face it directly in our bodies, then it will probably, it might turn out, it might appear in form of a disease, for example, or catastrophes in the external life. For example, you might have a crisis financially or in a relationship, or something might happen that expresses that is reflecting that wound within you that you are not facing. And this is something that we usually don't want to admit, right? Because we don't want these things. We don't want catastrophes and we don't want negative emotions. But it's something that we, for some reason, have chosen, I believe, to experience as we are human beings on planet Earth. We are here to be challenged in some way and learning to let go of attachments and also negative attachments like avoidance, and learning to surrender and accept and move through life as it is. And usually for many of us, we experience some sort of challenge as we start to awaken. Usually after awakening, but also before awakening, that makes us seek awakening in itself is usually something that we, or start to awaken. It's usually because it happens something challenging in our lives that make us feel a lot of pain, right? That's very, very common that it goes like hand in hand usually with awakening itself. And many other teachers are also describing this that way, that pain is usually like a catalyst for awakening, right? And as we wake up, we have to face our emotions. And that is something that we have trained ourselves our whole life to avoid. And the ego itself tries to avoid it. And it's ancestral because our ancestors also try to avoid emotions. And you can say that emotions are energy, and they are carrying of a message, I believe, in some sense. For example, shame is trying to push you to be better in some sense. It wants you to be better than you are, right? So it turns against you instead of improving you. Or you have fear is trying to protect you, or anger is trying to set boundaries. So emotions, especially like negative emotions or painful emotions, usually have a function, and they're very powerful when we integrate them and we get a healthy relationship with our emotions. The problem is that we are experiencing like a reaction to emotions because we haven't really developed a healthy relationships with them yet. So this is how we push and pull on reality in trying to avoid our own pain. And the cure to pain is the pain itself. We have to heal. To heal, we have to feel, right? So on the other side of the pain, it's freedom. On the other side of pain is unconditional love. So the more we can lean into our emotions, the more we can just feel them. We don't even need to make a story out of it. We don't have to make a story. We can just become comfortable with the uncomfortable. And the more we do that, the more we alchemize and transcend pain and unconsciousness. And this is how we really serve God or the universe or the oneness, the one being that we all are, by integrating the parts that no one else wants to look at. If you have the courage to feel your own fear, to feel your own shame, and to feel your own guilt, and face it with unconditional love, you are doing a great service for the whole, because we are all connected, and emotions, as Eckhart Tolle also describes it, we have like a pain body that's collective. We all share the pain body, and it gets transferred from human to human because we abuse each other. We treat each other bad from a place of separation, right? Because we don't choose to move into and face our own pain. So we project it out on others. And that's how we are stuck in this negative cycle and trauma in the human collective. So I believe that one of the best things and most important things you can do when your emotions resurfaces is to feel them. It's a huge deed, actually, for the whole, for the one that we are. And because they are also essentially you, right? It's like an inner child. You can view it as an inner child, as a way to face it with unconditional love, and sort of give the emotion the sort of attention that it needs to. Because usually if you move into the emotion and you allow it to express itself, that's how it transcends and alchemizes. And I teach people more about this in my program, so you can check it out in the link below. And always remember to like and share and give a comment below if you found this video helpful. And until next time, much love and namaste.